A new comedy coming Wednesdays this January, only on ABC.
Good evening. I'm John Stossel.
And I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
And this is 2020.
It happened at McDonald's, where a stranger on a phone placed these orders that weren't on the menu. Strip search a high school employee, make her do naked jumping jacks, even spank her. And that's just for starters.
I said, please don't do this. This is so ridiculous. This is stupid.
A bizarre sexual hoax at fast food restaurants that led to a 3-hour nightmare. Caught on tape. Why did they obey? Tonight, an outrage, a suspect, and a bombshell verdict. They were just following orders. And would you be able to multiply this times this on the spot?
1993467.
4627. Okay, good job.
Meet the human calculator, turning your kids into whiz kids. So if they can do it, can you?
3692 for 7.
3692 for 7 is awesome!
What's the secret behind the numbers game? Here are John Stossel and Elizabeth Vargas.
Welcome to 2020. What would you do if you were at work and your phone rings and a man who claims to be the police orders you to do a series of outrageous, even sadistic things to a young worker? You'd slam the phone down, right? Wrong, at least in the story you're about to see.
We've been following this case for over a year now. It's about a shy young girl who became trapped in one of the more bizarre and disturbing hoaxes we've ever seen. And we keep asking, why did people go along with it? As you'll see, they say they were just following orders. Now, we caution you, this material is graphic. Here's John Quinones.
It's a case that amazed even the lawyers who tried it.
I know that's got to be hard for you all to comprehend how anybody could do this.
Finally, a man on trial in Kentucky for a crime so surreal, it sounds like fiction. It all began with a voice on a phone instructing people to demean and degrade a young girl.
This is when it really gets crazy. Her clothes were taken off, jumping jacks.
I just followed what the caller had me to do.
Oral sex.
He had me to tell her to come over close to me and get down on her knees.
Spanking. Bend over his leg and while he spanked you.
Yes.
Masturbation, just, you can't believe it.
But the jury won't have any trouble believing it because
every bit of this was caught on tape.
It's a bizarre story of deceit, sexual assault, and humiliation. At the center of it all, a shy and obedient teenager who was helping her family out by working at a McDonald's when her world came crashing down.
It was a normal day, you know, McDonald's is always short-staffed and they always need help, so I thought, you know, I might need the extra money, might as well stay and help.
on April 9, 2004, high school senior Louise Ogburn offered to stay late during the evening rush at her job running the cash registers and making burgers at the McDonald's in Mount Washington, Kentucky.
I was just going to eat and then clock back in and help until somebody else came along that could help.
That's when assistant manager Donna Summers calls her into the cramped office in the back of the restaurant, captured here on one of McDonald's surveillance cameras.
And she's talking to someone on the phone.
Yes. She said it was the police.
He said he was a police officer, and I was talking to him about something being stolen, and that one of the employees had done it.
What did he say the employee looked like?
His description was a very small young lady.
And she said, "Oh, here she is. This is the girl that you described," and she told me to shut the door.
Summers tells Louise that a policeman on the phone is accusing her of stealing a purse from a customer. She calls in another assistant manager.
I was like, "Donna, I've never done anything wrong. I could never steal. I could never do anything like that. I don't have it in me."
It's Louise's word against the accusation by the man claiming to be a cop on the phone. She's given a choice: submit to a search or be escorted to the police station.
I was begging her just to take me to the police department because I didn't do anything wrong. I'd probably tell on myself if I had done anything bad ever in my entire life.
You were telling yourself.
I'm so honest, I can't lie.
At 10 minutes after 5,
Louise is told to empty her pockets, give up her car keys, her cell phone. And that's not all. The caller then tells Summers to have Louise take off her clothes.
Now, you know, people watching this are going to be saying, Donna, what were you thinking? You're strip searching this girl in the back office, following the instructions of a voice on the phone.
Who I thought was a police officer.
Did you think of calling the police department?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Calling her parents, maybe?
No.
Louise removes her uniform, hands it to Summers, who shakes it out and places it in a garbage bag. The caller even insists that Louise remove her underwear. The only thing the frightened teenager has to cover herself with is a dirty apron.
Now, you knew Donna Summers.
Yes.
Did you trust her?
Well, of course I did. She was my manager. She was supposed to take care of me.
Now remember, it's a hectic Friday night at McDonald's, and Summers has to leave the office to manage the restaurant. The man on the phone then demands that Summers find another employee to watch Louise until the police arrive. She chooses 27-year-old Jason Bradley.
In walks Jason.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the phone?
He takes the phone, and they're telling him to have me do certain things and drop the apron. He wouldn't have any part of it.
Could he have called the police, maybe?
He could have. He could have done a lot more. I mean, he didn't hurt me, but he could have helped me.
Jason had come out of the room and he was mad. He just told me it was a lot of BS.
So when he says it's a lot of BS, didn't it cross your mind maybe it is?
I didn't know what he was mad about.
After Jason walks out in disgust, Summers is in a bind. The caller then asks if she's married.
And she started giggling, and she was like, I'll be married soon, I'm engaged.
He asked me, he said, are you married? And I said, well, I'm engaged. And he asked me, he said, do you trust him? And I said, yes. He said, could he come up there and just sit?
Now, at that point, you must have thought this isn't right. No police officer would ask a stranger to come and watch her.
I honestly thought he was a police officer and what I was doing was the right thing. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to be doing.
When Summers calls her fiancé on her cell phone, the caller has already had her on the line for 40 minutes. At that point, Louise breaks down and begins to cry.
I was scared. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. I was petrified.
You see her face. She's pleading. She's crying. She's bawling her eyes out.
She wasn't crying or bawling her eyes out when I was there, no.
But the surveillance video clearly shows a crying Louise being comforted by Summers. Then Summers abandons a sobbing Louise in the office.
I was all alone. I had nothing.
Your car keys?
Donna had them.
Your cell phone?
Donna had it.
Just when you think it's over.
And just when I think it's over, it got worse.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and Mom didn't know that Dad's right behind her with a box and a bow.
This Christmas, tell her she's the greatest chapter in your life story with diamond earrings from Kay Jewelers, where you can be assured of two things. Every diamond is hand-selected to match beautifully, and she'll absolutely love them.
But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight,
I'll always remember how I feel tonight.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
And I can get all kinds of themes, ringtones, and lots of cool games, like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Whoa, you always have the coolest mom ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I can check his phone usage, locate his handset, and even control when he can use his phone. All from my computer or Disney mobile handset.
Wow, you must be the coolest mom ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
From Disney Mobile, get 200 anytime minutes for $24.99 a month, plus a free phone. Learn more at DisneyMobile.com.
You can make a wish, or you can make it happen. Calvin Klein, a world of style.
Meet Beth Griffin, investor.
A great restaurant doesn't just happen. You have to pay attention to every detail. So when it comes to managing my investments, anything that makes my life easier and saves me time is definitely welcome.
TD Ameritrade offers tools and services to help you stay on top of your investments. And innovative investment services like AmeriVest can help you easily create a diversified portfolio. Independence. It's the spirit that drives America's most successful investors.
If you just mention constipation to your doctor, he may suggest fiber and laxatives. But if you really talk to him about all of your recurring symptoms, he may prescribe something different. Because symptoms that keep coming back may be chronic constipation. And prescription Zelnorm is approved to treat the multiple symptoms of chronic constipation that may be caused by a slow-moving digestive system. Only Zelnorm helps coordinate the nerves, muscles, and fluid in the GI tract. You should not take Zelnorm if you have a history of diarrhea, kidney, liver, or gallbladder disease, intestinal blockage, or adhesions. If you get new or worse abdominal pain, blood and stool, bad diarrhea, or diarrhea with cramping, fainting, or dizziness, stop taking Zelnorm and tell your doctor.
I told my doctor about my abdominal discomfort, bloating, and constipation, and asked about Zelnorm.
Zelnorm. Relief can start by asking.
They were one of our most inspirational makeovers ever. Sunday, in an emotional reunion, we'll give this living miracle
It was like a gift.
a Christmas they'll never forget. A special Extreme Makeover Home Edition, Sunday, 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
Okay, the question is this. In the heat of the moment, can you count on your basic instincts to do the right thing? Is it in you to step up and step in, or would you just step away? Prepare to be stunned by the startling truth of our basic instincts. Premieres Wednesday at 10. Okay, the question is this. In the heat of the moment, can you count on your basic instincts to do the right thing? Is it in you to step up and step in, or would you just step away? Prepare to be stunned by the startling truths of our basic instincts. Premieres next Wednesday at 10.
2020 continues with John Quinones.
In a back office at McDonald's in Mount Washington, Kentucky, teenager Louise Ogborn is naked and in tears. Donna Summers, the assistant manager who had strip searched her, has to get back to work. The caller had suggested she bring in her fiancé, Walter Nix, who goes by the name Wes. This 43-year-old exterminator is about to continue the interrogation.
You left this middle-aged man with a naked,
She was covered.
with an apron.
She was completely covered.
But as the video shows, Louise is tugging at the apron, which barely covers her top, and the sides of her legs are exposed up to her buttocks.
What were you thinking?
I didn't think Wes would do anything. I trusted him.
It's the height of the dinner rush. Donna Summers leaves the 90-pound teenager alone and vulnerable in the office with a 230-pound Nix.
Why couldn't you run out?
I was naked. I was scared. I mean, any normal person in the situation, they wouldn't have ran out.
You're convinced there's no way you could have done it?
There's no way.
Did you think about it?
I wanted to so bad. I wanted to run.
And you would have had to have run through the restaurant.
I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have ran out the back door. I couldn't have done anything. I couldn't bring myself to humiliate myself worse than I already was.
Humiliation, as it turns out, would be the least of her worries. Now it's Walter Nix who's following the caller's commands, having Louise drop her apron, bend over, and stand on a chair. Then, as ridiculous as it sounds, he tells Louise to jog and do jumping jacks, to shake loose anything, the caller says, that she might be hiding. Incredibly, Nix complies with the caller's outlandish demands, and it's only the beginning of 2 more hours of torment.
Why did you follow their instructions?
My parents taught me when an adult tells you to do something, that's what you do. You don't argue. You know, somebody smacks you on the hand, you listen.
And everyone, it seems, is listening to that voice on the phone. He even talks to Louise.
He told me if I loved this job and if I needed to keep my job, then I would cooperate.
According to Louise, when she fails to address Walter Nix as sir, the caller tells him to hit her violently on the buttocks, over and over. Here, it goes on for almost 10 minutes.
He told me that I was asking too many questions, so he was told to hit me. And I said, please don't do this. This is so ridiculous. This is stupid. Please don't.
But that would only make him hit you harder.
Yes, and more times.
By the end of the beating, painful red welts appear clearly on Louise's body. And during it all, Donna Summers keeps walking in and out of the office.
Every time you hear her coming in, what happens?
He throws the apron at me and tells, like, shh, don't tell Donna.
When you walked into the office, what would you see between her and Walter?
She was sitting on one side, he was sitting on the other. They weren't saying a whole lot.
And she was covered.
And she was covered up all the time.
But there's at least one occasion when Summers comes in before Nix throws the apron over Louise. When we try to show Donna Summers the videotape.
You say you didn't see her without her clothes on, but there she is. And you walk
Okay, we're not going to answer questions about
right
that.
past her. She can't talk about this?
Not about that.
Summers' attorney, who's off camera, won't allow her to respond.
Why didn't you tell Donna at that point?
I begged her every time she came in the room, get me out of here. Please get me out of here. Donna, please, please. I didn't do anything wrong. Please believe me.
And she puts her head on your shoulder. And she told us she was saying to you, please help me.
No, she didn't. It's not what she said.
Couldn't you feel her head on your shoulder?
I don't recall that particular incident. I don't.
She says she's begging you to rescue her.
She never said that to me.
And every time Summers walks out of the office, Louise says Nix resumes and intensifies her torture, following the caller's instructions.
My soul just left my body. I just went numb to everything so that I could just survive.
Clinical psychologist Jeff Gardier says Louise's reaction is not uncommon.
It's almost an out-of-body experience. It's like they're standing right next to themselves as this whole thing is happening, and they can't do a thing about it. It's a nightmare where they can't wake up.
After more than 2.5 hours of dehumanizing treatment, Nix, again on the instructions of the caller, forces Louise to perform oral sex on him.
You were a prisoner
I was.
and a victim of sexual assault.
Yes.
Almost 3 hours into Louise's ordeal, the caller tells Nix to hand the phone back to Summers and, incredibly, instructs her to bring in someone else. This time she ushers in Thomas Sims, a 58-year-old maintenance man who works at the restaurant. He gets on the phone with the caller, but Sims refuses to comply with his demands.
Tom told me this man is asking for her to drop her apron so I can see her without that apron. And I said, do what? And it floored me.
Only then, Summers says, does she realize she's been had.
I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. I had been had like no other person been had.
Soon, the office is crawling with McDonald's supervisors.
On the video, you see the managers come in. They seem panicked.
I guess they realized what was so unbelievably wrong.
Only then does someone finally call the police. They arrive within 5 minutes. The Mount Washington police station, it turns out, is only a quarter mile away from the restaurant.
You know, there's a lot of things in my mind that I think they could have done, and I don't understand why they didn't do them.
Buddy Stump is a detective with the Mount Washington police. He arrests Donna Summers' fiancé, Walter Nix, and he begins to try and find the caller, assuming that he's someone who lives in the area.
I said, this has got to be somebody on a payphone, you know, maybe over to Winn-Dixie, and they're getting their jollies off of watching all the action and the police roll in.
But where the investigation will lead and who it will point to will stun everyone involved in the case.
Think he knows where the gravy boat is? Or what size pants his father wears? Does anyone else here remember the class parties nut-free? Well, here's another piece of information for the person who will make this holiday happen. A sale strictly for the professionals.
The big Saturday sale. Hundreds of gifts on sale, plus get an extra 10% off already low sale prices. 7 a.m. to noon. Sears.
I have asthma, and even with my asthma controlling medicine, I was still having symptoms. So I hadn't taken out my old horn for a while. Then my doctor put me on Advair. Since then, I've been having fewer symptoms and breathing better. So I've been thinking about playing again.
I didn't know you could play like that, Dad.
Neither did I, son. Neither did I. Advair is the one controller that treats the two main causes of asthma symptoms, airway constriction and inflammation.
Advair contains salmeterol. In patients with asthma, medicines like salmeterol may increase the chance of asthma-related death. So Advair is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on another controller medicine. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be taken more than twice a day. Talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of treating your asthma with Advair. If you're taking Advair, see your doctor if your asthma does not improve. Find out how to get your first full prescription free at Advair.com. Advair can help you breathe better.
That's sweet.
The German word for safe is sicher. The Portuguese word for firewall is muro de fogo. The Chinese word for password is mima. My company's in 17 countries now, and I can say secure in every one of them.
Dynamic networking from AT&T identifies security threats before they're problems, so Jane's confidence grows right alongside her company. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
Hey, McMillan, you gelling? I'm gelling and Zinfandellin, and so's my new bride, Helen McMillan.
I'm so happy my eyes are welling.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are so soft, they make your feet feel outrageously comfortable.
I'm gelling.
You're so not gelling.
Dr. Scholl's.
Morning movies. Morning. You've all been picked. You're all heading out. Netflix users have made a list of the DVDs they want to see. They'll receive their movies, it's you guys, in about 1 business day. Now, with never late fee, they can keep you as long as they like. And as soon as they send one of you back in this prepaid envelope, we'll automatically send another from their list. Well, let's move it, people. You've all got places to be. You too, romantic comedy.
Netflix, the DVDs you want from only $5.99 a month.
I've never even seen this thing before. Did you see how fast I did that?
Like when things are real easy?
I'm like the king of that thing.
You're going to love what we've done to retirement planning. It's called My Plan from Fidelity. Retirement planning made easy. Smart move.
Find the perfect gift at Zales Bonus Dollar Sale. Now through Sunday, save up to an extra $1,000 off store-wide. Find the perfect gift at Zales, the Diamond Store.
ABC Monday.
I am doing what I know. I will snatch your mouth off.
A family's cry for help is answered.
You're my last hope.
An emotional Super Nanny season premiere
It's got to stop.
that will challenge a mother with a troubled past
Break the cycle.
to fight her anger and find the love.
I'm not that mom anymore.
The Super Nanny season premiere, Monday, 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
Come along for the ride. Don't be nervous.
Kris Kringle at your service.
There's only one thing to say. Santa is coming.
Load up the sleigh.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Tuesday, 8/7 Central. Only on ABC.
2020 continues. Once again, John Quinones.
A sexual assault on a teenager at McDonald's, triggered by a voice on the phone. A case that would baffle law enforcement in Mount Washington, Kentucky. Detective Buddy Stump remembers what his police chief did that night.
He went on the internet, on Google, launched in McDonald's strip search, and information just started flowing.
This was much bigger than you had ever imagined.
They did tell me that it didn't happen. There wasn't somebody standing at the local Winn-Dixie that night. That it was a much bigger problem than we thought we had the night before.
Detective Stump begins by trying to track down the source of the phone call. Luckily, one of the employees at McDonald's had dialed *69 to trace the call and had gotten a number.
It ended up being a payphone, Greek's Food Mart there located in Panama City, Florida. So I said, well, at least we're on the right track here.
He gets a break when a local phone operator tells him that the call has been made with the calling card belonging to AT&T.
Contacted AT&T back, and I said, who's the largest seller of your calling card? And she said, Walmart.
There are 3 Walmarts in Panama City, Florida. Andrea Braxton McKenzie is a former detective with the local police department. She wasn't at all surprised to get a call from Detective Stump because she had received numerous reports of random calls to fast food restaurants throughout the country.
At this point, we had so many incidents of this happening and people contacting me and telling me about having these phone calls occur.
Believe it or not, before Louise's case, there had been more than 70 cases of hoax phone calls to fast food restaurants that resulted in strip searches and, in several cases, sexual abuse. The incidents date back as far as 1994. Among them, a McDonald's in Hinesville, Georgia, where a caller convinced a 55-year-old janitor to do a cavity search of a 19-year-old cashier. A Burger King in Fargo, North Dakota, where a manager strip-searched a 17-year-old female employee. A Taco Bell in Phoenix, Arizona, where a caller had a manager pick out a customer and then strip-search her. And police in Massachusetts had been looking for a man who had called 3 Wendy's restaurants near Boston in a single day. Like Buddy Stump, they too had traced the calls to a prepaid phone card from Walmart in Panama City, Florida.
Buddy told me about an incident that took place at McDonald's there in Kentucky. And I immediately, when I found out how recent his incident was, I knew that it was very important for me to get him in contact with Victor Flaherty to make sure that we did the best we could to try to track this calling card.
Vic Flaherty is a detective more than 1,000 miles north in Massachusetts who would hold another critical piece of the puzzle. For months, Detective Flaherty had been investigating calls to the 3 Wendy's outside Boston. He traces the sale of the phone card he believes was used to make those calls to the exact time it was purchased, and Flaherty gets copies of Walmart's security tapes. Unfortunately, the trail grew cold, because at that Walmart, the security cameras are pointed toward the front doors and not the registers, and they don't capture the sale.
The problem was we didn't have something specific like him at a cash register purchasing the calling card.
But then Detective Stump discovers that the calling card he believes was used in Louise's case had been bought at a different Walmart in Panama City. And most importantly, the cameras at this Walmart were trained on the cash registers and, as it turned out, on the man buying the calling card.
We can see the card go across the scanner. We see everything. But now we see an individual.
Detective Flaherty compares the 2 surveillance videos and concludes it's the same man leaving the other Walmart. That leads to a key discovery. The video clearly shows the man is wearing a uniform.
I looked down and immediately recognized the clothing that the suspect was wearing.
A uniform?
Yes, it was a uniform, Corrections Corporation of America, which is our local jail here.
The warden at the jail identifies the man in the photo as one of his prison guards, 38-year-old David Stewart.
It's like a sigh of relief. It's been a long time. Now you actually have a name to a face.
David Stewart is arrested, and a search of his trailer reveals police equipment, training manuals, and police magazines, which authorities believe he studied to act and sound like a cop. They also discovered that Stewart had attended a local police academy and even volunteered as a deputy with a small police department in western Florida. All of that is enough to convince authorities that Stewart is their police impersonator, and they extradite him to Kentucky.
Will you have to testify in court?
While Stewart is awaiting trial, Louise decides to sue McDonald's for $200 million. We contacted McDonald's, and they declined to speak to us on camera, but told us in a written statement about the malicious hoax. We take this matter very seriously, they write, and through our training try very hard to warn employees about such schemes. In fact, McDonald's training manual has a section about strip searches in which they caution employees no legitimate law enforcement agency would ever ask you to conduct such a search. But none of the employees we checked with at the Mount Washington McDonald's recalls ever seeing that warning.
I think McDonald's should be to blame for not telling us.
And to people watching this who say you were naive, if not worse than that, what would you say to them?
You weren't there. You didn't have the phone call. You have no idea what you would have done in that situation.
So much of this story has to do not with Stewart, but with obedience and compliance. Why would anyone take orders from a complete stranger over the phone, especially when the orders are so outlandish?
I think from a very early age, we've been taught authority is good. If you see someone in a uniform, then you do what they tell you.
Psychologist Jeff Gardier thinks it's the culture of fast food restaurants that makes their employees prime targets for this kind of scam.
Everything is by the book. This is exactly how you serve it. This is exactly how you do it. You follow that book, you're okay. I believe he picked the fast food restaurants because he knew once he got them away from that book, once it was something that was outside of the manual or the procedures, that they would be lost.
Donna Summers was fired by McDonald's and pled guilty to illegal imprisonment. She's presently serving a year of probation for her role in the abuse. As for her engagement to Walter Nix, she broke it off the very night after viewing those surveillance tapes. Nix pled guilty and is now serving 5 years in prison for sexually assaulting Louise.
And what about David Stewart, the man accused of masterminding this elaborate hoax? Well, he was facing 15 years in prison on charges ranging from solicitation of sodomy to impersonating a police officer. And now he's about to go on trial here at the Bullitt County Courthouse outside Louisville, Kentucky.
When 2020 returns, inside the courtroom, now somebody's on trial. Will that put an end to the sadistic calls from the fast food hoaxer? Next.
Who are you shopping for?
My secret Santa, Rick from accounting.
What's he like?
His name is Rick, and he works in accounting.
Oh, he sounds neat.
Get a SanDisk 2 gig USB flash drive for just $39.98 this week at Staples.
Who is on your list?
My mother?
Does she like junk mail?
No.
Neither does this thing.
Ooh, that really shreds.
The Staples Mailmate Shredder fits on your kitchen counter, only from the Department of Unexpected Gifts.
Allergies put me in a fog, but I've got a vineyard to run. That's why I'm Claritin Clear out here, and Claritin Clear in here, too. I discovered Claritin works great on my indoor allergies, whether it's dust, mold, or even rats. Claritin clears the way, relieving all my worst indoor allergy symptoms. And only non-drowsy Claritin is proven to make me alert and focused so I can think more clearly. Because staying alert is how I stay ahead. 24-hour non-drowsy Claritin. Live Claritin Clear, indoors and out.
Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go!
One big life.
Go, boy,
4 ways to dress it.
Now stop! There ain't no more!
What is it you want, Barry? You want the moon? Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Barry.
Give her a gift of gold from K Jewelers. Gold makes the moment wonderful.
Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death? Every kiss begins with K.
First, this big city girl went to Alaska, and then she moved to Thursdays.
Really?
And a whole lot of new people fell in love with her. An all-new Men in Trees, Thursday, 10/9 Central after Grey's Anatomy, only on ABC.
This man was a real-life hero.
Well, I'm not crying.
In this business, you can't be difficult to work with.
Barbara Walters' 10 Most Fascinating People, Tuesday, December 12th, only on ABC.
When 2020 continues, a bizarre phone call to McDonald's to strip and spank a teenage girl caught on tape. But what about this video?
There's a videotape of him.
Well, there's not.
Don't you see him buying the card at the
do you
Walmart?
think it's him?
A courtroom bombshell. After this from our ABC stations.
ABC Wednesday.
Don't miss the 1-hour special, Introducing Jesus of Nazareth, this Sunday starting at 11:30 a.m. Brought to you by the Lutheran Church of the Redeemer, located on the corner of Ingleside and Pierce Avenues.
Graduating this year, what's next? Fort Valley State University offers more than 30 dynamic degrees.
Mix 100.9 plays the most music all day, every day. Mix 100.9.
Okay, big smile. There's got to be a better way to celebrate the holidays. Absolutely. You should come by my Badcock store. I have everything you need to celebrate in style.
Need new furniture? Badcock gives you more finance options for your Christmas shopping. Now, pay no interest until 2009, or make no payments until June 2008.
Makes it easy.
Be glad you're not wearing this. Yeah.
Don't miss the 1-hour special, Introducing Jesus of Nazareth, this Sunday starting at 11:30 a.m. Brought to you by the Lutheran Church of the Redeemer, located on the corner of Ingleside and Pierce Avenues. You're watching 58 WPGA.
2020 continues with John Quinones.
David Stewart, the man accused of being that voice on the phone, sat impassively in the courtroom as witnesses recounted the events of that fateful night in April of 2004. McDonald's manager, Donna Summers.
I was just following the instructions that he gave me.
Walter Nix took the stand in his orange prison-issued jumpsuit and described his conversation with the man on the phone.
After a little while on the phone, I felt like this guy had control of my mind.
And detectives took the stand to describe how they were able to track down Stewart using the security camera video from Walmart.
I recognized the uniform that Mr. Stewart was wearing.
Throughout the trial, defense attorney Steve Romaines maintained the police had caught the wrong man.
They had to get somebody.
When something this offensive and this crazy happens, you know, we've got to blame it on somebody. It can't be that people just made bad decisions. And, you know, David was the fall guy.
A keystone of his defense was the detective's identification of Stewart from the Walmart videotape.
We reviewed the video and took an educated guess on the male party believed to be our suspect. An educated guess.
Mr. Romaines, there's a videotape of him buying the calling card that was used to make that call.
Well, there's not, okay?
Don't you see him buying the card at the
do
Walmart?
you think it's him? And that's the key question, all right? Was it him? But even if you assume it's him, are you making the leap of faith that it's him on the phone? Because we're not talking about buying a card. We're talking about making a call.
So where was Stewart during Louise Ogburn's 3.5-hour ordeal? His wife testified she thought he was at home with her 11-year-old daughter.
Mrs. Auntie needed to be home to get Kayla when she got off the bus.
But then a bombshell in the courtroom. Detectives testified that they had recovered a calling card from Stewart's home that they say had been used to call a Burger King in Idaho. Here, a female manager received a call instructing her to strip search a male employee.
He said he was a police officer.
And what did he want you to do?
He wanted me to search a male employee. Strip search him and cavity searched him, and I did.
That call had been made in June 2003, nearly a year before the call to the McDonald's in Kentucky. You would think that finding a card in Stewart's possession that police say was used to make the same kind of hoax phone call would convince the jury of his guilt. But the defense attorney punched holes in the investigation that uncovered the card. And after less than 2 hours of deliberation, the verdict was in.
The jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Not guilty on all charges. Immediately following the verdict, we tried to speak to the jurors.
Oh, no comment.
But no one had anything to say.
After all that work on this case, 2.5 years of an investigation, it comes down to this.
Well, we would have liked to have had a guilty verdict on the case, but I still respect the justice system. 12 people on the jury said that he's not guilty. Well, then we'll respect their decision.
But Detective Stump asks us to consider this. Since Stewart's arrest in June 2004, there have been no reported hoax calls to fast food restaurants.
I still believe we won in one manner of speaking because at least since the subject was arrested, there's not been another incident of this happening in the United States that I've been made aware of.
You still believe David Stewart did this?
I do, yes.
If he did it, he got away with it.
I guess in one manner of speaking, I guess that'd be one way to put it.
When we spoke to Louise Ogborn, she told us she's in therapy for her nightmares. And she wants to put this horrible ordeal behind her.
How long do you think you'll continue to think about it?
Probably the rest of my life.
Her $200 million lawsuit against McDonald's is still pending. We'll be right back.
When 2020 returns, do you hate math? Fall short at long division? Coming up, a formula that will turn you into a human calculator.
618 divided by 47.
13.1489. 36.
My calculator turned off.
Next.
Christmas time is here on Spring Street. Tinsel bows and aching feet. So much to do and folks to please. I'll trim the tree and then say cheese. Clothes and toys for all the cousins. Hand out gift cards by the dozens. The house is getting crazy loud, but Martha Stewart would be proud. Now they're smiling ear to ear. I'm sure we'll sleep sometime next year.
With gifts, decor, and so much more, Kmart has what you need to make this a Christmas to remember. Kmart, where Christmas comes together.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season.
When you bring Rocher, you bring the holidays with you. Forever Rocher, make the moment golden.
There are cruise lines that tell you when to eat, what to wear, and who to eat with. Then there's freestyle cruising, only from Norwegian Cruise Line. You're free to whatever.
To fight the flu, the stars of the new movie Happy Feet would like to show you some new steps. Step 1, learn the signs of flu at flufax.com. Step 2, if you think it's flu, see your doctor fast. And Step 3, ask about prescription antiviral medications proven to help you and your family start feeling better faster. This flu season, take the lead. Go to flufax.com to learn the steps to fighting the flu.
Next Friday, journey with Diane Sawyer across a border, flows to all outsiders, into a distant land, a land we fear and know so little about. We've seen the pictures, the all-powerful leader, defiant, fearless. But what don't we know now about this most secretive land? Next Friday, you will see Diane Sawyer, the landmark trip that broke through North Korea, Inside the Shadows, a primetime special event next Friday at 9.
This beauty queen
I love taking care of my boys.
is a total pushover. But nobody pushes this mom around.
The answer is to all roles, okay, honey? Honey?
ABC Monday at 8/7 Central. White Swap's rowdiest family of rugrats
I'm taking away everything. No more TV.
has messed with the wrong mother.
Shut up and listen. You tell your kids to misbehave, and you're proud of it. You are out of control.
You're not the boss anymore.
All new White Swap, Monday at 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
In the tradition of Meet the Fockers and Wedding Crashers, that's my tux. Really? ABC is giving you a reason to celebrate.
Everybody's invited!
With a new comedy that is worth saying I do to. It's not too late to RSVP for the big day. That's a big laugh.
Is that your wedding dress?
The cake is about to hit the fan. Big Day, a new comedy Tuesday, 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
Here's great news from Rooms to Go. For everyone out of town for the Thanksgiving holiday, we're extending our 2011 free interest finance offer now through 9 p.m. Monday, December 4th. Get the furniture you want. Big savings and finance interest free until January 2011. No money down, no minimum purchase, and no interest until January 2011. Just make equal monthly payments. Again, Rooms to Go is extending our 2011 free interest finance offer through 9 p.m. Monday, December 4th.
Byron Allen coming to you from EntertainmentStudios.com. And this is Entertainers.
Will Ferrell, Sharon Stone,
Tim Allen, Elijah Wood, The Comedy Jam featuring Dane Cook, Kate Winslet, Nick Cannon, Danny DeVito, and Queen Latifah.
Saturday night at midnight on ABC 58.
We choose to go to the moon.
That was hard to do. This isn't. At Moon Family Properties, a beautiful new luxury home is just a trade away from your old home. Now that's easy. Especially with their exclusive home trade program that actually pays you full price for your old home so you can move into your new home without any hassles. Remember, it's not rocket science. Just easy living in luxury. Stop by 4989 Mount Pleasant Church Road in Macon or visit moonfamilyproperties.com.
2020 continues with Elizabeth Vargas.
These high-tech days, a lot of us can barely add 2 and 2 without the help of a calculator. Well, how would you like to be a human calculator, multiplying into the thousands with nothing but your brain? Here's Juju Chang.
Here's a little quiz. Try adding these 3-digit numbers together in your head.
543, 469, 321, 276, 937.
These kids can do it.
546.
And how about multiplying 4-digit numbers without a pen, paper, or a calculator?
1993467.
4627. Okay, good job.
Surprised? It shocked us. This man isn't even a math teacher, but he's taught these 8th graders that math doesn't have to be scary.
8642 1831.
1831.
They're making it fun, and they think it's a game, although it really isn't.
Mike Beister is literally a human calculator.
618 divided by 47.
13.1489. 36.
My calculator turned off.
Trust me, he got it right. Mike has created a system for solving complex math problems that he calls Mike's Math.
You knew from a very young age that your mind was a little different.
Right, a little different.
When did you realize that you could do things that other kids couldn't?
I was always able to find patterns in things when I was a little kid. When I was 3 or 4, I was able to memorize all the presidents of the United States.
3 or 4?
Yeah, just one of those things.
How did you do that?
Kids have such a tremendous amount of mental capacity if they push themselves and use it.
Combination.
And he's trying to prove that in the classroom. Mike once displayed his card-counting prowess on TV, which he says got him blacklisted from some casinos. In college, a professor told him he had one of the fastest mathematical minds in the world, but he wanted to do more than party tricks.
630 for free.
Good. I knew I had a system, but I thought I was the only one that could do my system. And one day, my cousin, who was a math teacher, asked me to come and speak to her class, and the kids loved it.
Mike decided rather than just showing the kids what he could do, he wanted to show them what they could do.
The answer to number 2 is 1, 12, 27.
Good.
This classroom is a long way from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, where Mike started working more than 20 years ago. He used his unusual powers of observation and memorization to outsmart other traders.
When I met him, he was working at the Mercantile Exchange, and he wasn't so happy, and he always knew that he wanted to do more.
Which is why Mike quit his lucrative day job to volunteer full-time in Chicago area schools. That's right, 5,000 classroom sessions and counting, all for free.
And I have to say that I think the most rewarding or the most heartwarming thing for me about being married to him is that he's doing what he loves, and he's doing what he was born to do.
Mike and his wife Robin live in a suburb of Chicago with their 7-year-old son Joshua. And in case you're wondering if math genius runs in the family, Joshua and Mike thought it would be a fun project to try to memorize a number and add 1 digit each day.
12050738466.
That was 3 months ago.
8922673112.
Today, Joshua's number is more than 100 digits long and climbing. Mike claims his son simply learned how to use his brain in amazing ways. Joshua, Mike says, is an average student, just like he was.
And one of the questions I get asked is, when you were a kid, did you get straight A's in math? Nothing in the world could be further from the truth. I got a few A's, got a couple B's, got a lot of C's, got a few D's, even a few F's.
I was blown away to hear you say, I got C's, I got D's, I even got a few F's.
Right.
What was going on?
When I was a kid, it was very much, the teacher said it was their way or the highway. And my parents said, you know what, it's okay, keep doing it your way.
And Mike's been doing it his way ever since.
And I'm going to teach you guys a bunch of things that you guys are going to take home and absolutely freak out your parents with tonight.
We asked Mike to work with a group of students from Randolph Middle School in New Jersey. Mind you, they'd never met Mike before. Within 10 minutes, these students are using the shortcuts that Mike's invented. So how do you do this problem in your head? Here's Mike's formula for squaring numbers that end in 5. Take 25 times 25. You multiply the first digit, 2, by the next number up, 3, to get 6. Then multiply the last digits of each, 5 times 5, which equals 25. The answer? 625. Mike has developed hundreds of these kinds of easy shortcuts and patterns to help demystify how numbers work.
Let's see, you got it? You guys are good. Good job.
Mike and the kids definitely make it look easy.
6375.
Right.
So even I decided to give it a try.
1272. 1, 2. I was terrified yesterday. Terrified.
You were great. I mean, I love that you got in and mixed it up with the kids and had a good time.
Who's better at it, kids or adults?
Oh, kids, no doubt about it. Kids don't care if they get it wrong. That's the problem with so many adults is they don't want to be wrong.
It's a very loud and powerful voice that says you can't do that.
Right, and that's a shame. It's, you know, it really is a pity that, so many people are harnessed by that instead of being free to learn so much more.
3692 for 7?
3692 for 7 is awesome!
What do you say to a child, or anyone for that matter, who says, in the age of calculators, why should I learn to do multiplication in my head?
Because it reaches far beyond math. Here is what your mind could do. Now let's take it into other subjects. It's just like weightlifting. Okay, now you're stronger. Now you can do anything in the world that requires strength.
Some of the techniques Mike uses are not new. Mnemonics or memory cues, for example.
Do you think that what you're teaching goes beyond math?
One of the biggest things we do is we have empowered your brain in math, now take that to words and letters.
Mike believes that by starting with kids as early as 4th grade, he can tap into the vast potential of their young brains.
If Miss J, our teacher, will say, Mr. Beisler's coming on Monday, everyone will be like, yeah!
Melanie, a 10th grader, was one of Mike's first students. That was 8 years ago.
I think learning how to do these different types of math things helped me to become more confident, and it helped me believe that I could do anything if I tried to do it.
Mike gives his presentations to students throughout Chicago, from the poorest to the most affluent, to gifted students, as well as learning disabled.
Don't get confused.
When I watched you yesterday, you looked like you were having fun.
Oh, I have more fun than you can imagine. I know what we have is special, and I know what we have could change the world.
In an age when America's kids are ranked 24th in the world in math, Mike's dream is to put Mike's math on DVDs or the internet to make it accessible to all children. But in order to accomplish that, he needs financial backing.
I'm not that guy that's going to develop a cure for cancer. But you know what? Someone has their natural ability, and they take my things and use it to increase their mind and memory. Who knows what they can accomplish?
Even with such lofty goals, for Mike Beister, the rewards still come one student at a time.
If I go to a school and there's 100 kids, and I change 1 or 2 kids, that's enough for me.
1526.
Good job! Awesome!
One day of your time. How about 1 hour? That could be all it takes to change one life. And the thing is, it can change your life too. Now's the time to get involved. Volunteer. Help build a better community.
I love baseball so much. If I could play instead of sleep, I would. But my mom always thinks about my asthma. She worries when I wake up and start coughing at night.
Do more to help control your child's asthma. Taken once a day in the evening, Singulair works round the clock to help prevent asthma symptoms. Ask your child's doctor about Singulair, a simple-to-take cherry chewable tablet made with kids in mind. Singulair is steroid-free and is available for children as young as 12 months. Singulair is also approved to help relieve seasonal allergy symptoms. Singulair will not replace fast-acting medicines for sudden symptoms. Your child should continue taking their own asthma medicines as prescribed. If asthma symptoms get worse, contact your child's doctor at once. Side effects are generally mild and vary by age and may include headache, ear infection, sore throat, and upper respiratory infection. Join the millions of people with asthma who have discovered Singulair.
I just want to play. Play! Play!
Ask your child's doctor about Singulair today.
Applebee's brings the holidays new flavor. Parmesan crusted tilapia, lime kissed shrimp, and a seared crab cake in our new mixed seafood grill. Only at Applebee's.
Who are you shopping for?
My mom.
What did you get her last year?
Last year I got her a flowery picture frame. Before that I got her a silver picture frame and a panda bear picture frame.
Kid, get her a Canon digital camera. Like this PowerShot A540. 6 megapixels, 4 times optical zoom.
Just $199.98.
Thanks, Mr. Humperdinck. Send that to your mom.
This week, buy any Canon PowerShot digital camera and get a special bonus offer on a Canon photo printer. Another unexpected gift from Staples.
I've got a secret in my litter box. Arm & Hammer to fight odor.
That was then. Now it's Arm & Hammer High Performance Clumping Litter. Absorbs twice more than the other leading brand to lock in odors with baking soda to get rid of them. Natural, nice, twice as absorbent.
Has this happened to you? You open your mail or email and it says something like, "Help me please and I'll help you. I'm stuck in Nigeria, but I'm a prince with $1 million in bank accounts that we could share if I just get your help." What the letters don't say is that if you do it, you'll be the victim of a scam. Too smart to fall for it? Well, you'll be amazed who did. Here's Brian Ross, who turns the tables and scams the scammers.
You go inside there. Go in.
A rare look at a con artist at work, running what is known as a Nigerian scam.
You want to count it? Or?
All secretly recorded by 2020 undercover cameras outside Washington, D.C.
How do I know it's all right?
The scam was designed to get us to hand over $12,000 in cash, a small fee to be paid to collect $25 million later.
You can give me the case, right?
What the scammer and his colleagues in Africa did not know was that we were about to turn the tables on them. As our cameras came out into the open, the scammer admitted what he was up to.
Now you're going to admit this was a scam? Yes, sir.
Our 2020 investigation uncovered scammers around the world, from Europe to Nigeria, a safe haven for thousands of scam artists who are using the internet to prey on millions of gullible Americans, ripping off literally billions of dollars with their ingenious schemes.
Some people, it ruins their life. In extreme cases, people have lost a lot of money, have committed suicide.
But in Nigeria, the scammers are celebrated as folk heroes, the subject, in fact, of a hit music video.
I go chop your dollar. I go take your money, disappear.
The video mocks the greedy white victim, known as the Mugu, the big fool, being conned by people posing as prominent Nigerian officials, promising the Mugu easy riches.
They believe that Americans are greedy. They're going to take advantage of it. It's too bad. If you were stupid enough to get involved in these scams, then you pay the consequences.
To see how it worked firsthand, we went to Nigeria and let ourselves become the Mugus, the big fools. We had shipped